Good morning. This morning we're joined by Joelcia Ingles. She is originally from Angola and currently in Cape Town. Good morning, Joelcia.
Morning, good morning everyone, and Venus.
Could you start off by telling me, how did you get into engineering?
How did I get into engineering? Like what made me choose engineering?
Exactly. Why did you choose engineering as a discipline?
I think since a child I've always been interested in technology and how it worked, like the behind the scenes, what made this device do what it does. And I remember when it came to the point in my life where I had to choose a degree, I remember I'd gone on holidays to Angola, where I'm originally from, and obviously like most other African countries, there are a lot of power outages. So obviously I went through one of those power outages, and then I noticed that if you don't have a generator, which I think is most people, but we were fortunate enough to have generators. If you don't have a generator, then you really have nothing to do. And it's not like in South Africa where at least load shedding is scheduled, or you know that if you in the middle of load shedding, you only have about 2 hours and a half without electricity, and then the electricity will be back. There in Angola, you just have no idea when it will happen. It can happen anytime, and you don't know when the power will be back. So I think that was also a motivation for me to pursue this degree, because I felt like, oh, let me be an electrical engineer and then I can solve the energy issue in Angola. Yeah. So that was the main reason also. And then I think because Stellenbosch offered such a specific degree, electrical and electronic altogether, it just kind of brought the best of both worlds, because I still had a very big interest in electronics and an interest in electrical engineering as well.
How did you experience coming into Stellenbosch, which is traditionally a pretty Afrikaans university? How did you get along?
Okay, so at first I was quite scared. I was quite scared because of the language barrier. But I did actually have a friend that was studying in Stellenbosch, and she was an Afrikaans leader. So since I saw that she was actually having a very good time in Stellenbosch, I thought, you know what, actually, let me give it a try. It's maybe not as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, I just had heard a few rumors in high school, so those rumors kind of scared me, but yeah, it definitely wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Joelcia, could you give me an idea of the type of project that you did for your master's? Or just talk me through what you did for your master's.
Okay, so for my master's, we were trying to detect nitrates in water using a chemical analytical method called spectrophotometry. So spectrophotometry analyzes the interaction between light and molecules. So specific molecules absorb more light at specific wavelengths than other molecules do. So if I'm not mistaken, nitrates absorbs UV light. Yes, nitrates absorbs UV light. So it so happens that the concentration of the molecule, the concentration of the molecule is directly proportional to the amount of absorbance. I think it's directly proportional or inversely proportional. I can't remember now. But it's one of those, yes. So in order to implement spectrophotometry, we used a smartphone camera to act as our sensor, and then we shined a UV light through the sample of water that contained nitrates. But because smartphones can't measure UV light directly, we had a scintillator, which is a fluorescent material. So it converted UV light into visible light, and the amount of UV light that shines onto a scintillator versus the amount of visible light that it emits is directly proportional, more or less directly proportional to one another.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that was it, yes. That's what we did.
Very nice. And Joelcia, could you give me an idea of the type of job that you do at the moment? Where did you find work?
Okay, so I'm currently working for a solar company. So they provide solar systems or solar solutions for households, farms or malls. So it's just to help people who want to not be so reliant on the grid, or people who do not have access to energy at all, to grid energy at all, and would like some sort of energy. So we do off-grid systems or grid-tied systems or hybrid systems. And it just depends with the client's requirements, what they want. We just provide, yes, we provide a solar system. Yes.
What is the most important skill that you picked up as an engineering student?
I think versatility. Especially with electrical and electronic engineering in Stellenbosch, we learn so many sub-disciplines. We learn basically telecoms, informatics, robotics, and energy that I think we're very versatile. I mean, I mainly did robotics for my master's, and then I majored in robotics in final year, but now I'm doing energy, solar energy, which I hadn't even studied renewable energy in in university. But I think Stellenbosch, or the degree prepared us so well to be able to jump into any boat and be able to handle it.
Yeah, I think that's a very good answer, actually. Joelcia, it's been wonderful speaking to you today. Thank you very much for sharing your insights. Good luck with the new job opportunity. Just before we say goodbye, can you just say your whole name, please?
Okay. So it's Joelcia Melissa da Franca Pereira Ingles.
Perfect. Thanks very much, Joelcia.
Bye.